Let's do this. So Pats, Raiders, Sunday. Looking at this little odd chart, 538, they do like the predictions going into the game. Patriots' chances of making the playoffs, 39%. Now, it's cool because if I hit this little button and I say they beat the Vegas Raiders, it jumps to 58. Does that seem high to you? Like, do they know what the remaining schedule looks like? Well, it's just like a game-by-game basis. But so according to this, if they beat the Las Vegas Raiders, who can't get out of their own way, especially late in games, 58% chance of making the playoffs.
I don't why does that? So think about that. So there's 7-6 right now. That'd be 8-6 with 3 games left to play. And also, you also got to be thinking about what the other teams. So everybody, so there's those 3 teams fighting for that last spot, that 7th seed, and it's between you, it's between the Chargers, it's between the Jets, and I think that's it.
Yeah,
unless the Dolphins fall.
We mixed in the Dolphins.
The Dolphins could screw things up. The Dolphins may open things up.
Here's the thing: Saturday night, Miami is at Buffalo. Going into Sunday, the Dolphins very easily could be 8-6. I think they will be 8-6, and you're 7-6. You beat Vegas Raiders. Now the Jets have the Detroit Lions this week. No Mike White. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
He's out.
It was breaking yesterday. We were talking about it. Like, is it gonna
Zach
be
Wilson?
Here he
is starting.
The biggest douche of the universe in all the galaxies.
The captain, Mount Douchemore.
Yeah.
This guy here is going to be the quarterback for the Jets against the Lions, who are on fire, by the
Plants
way.
his flag firmly once again.
By the way, still will make the playoffs. The Detroit Lions. They will beat the Jets.
All right. So
now the Chargers have Tennessee. They're at home against Tennessee. Another very difficult game for them as well.
You just want Tennessee to they're going to make it to the playoffs because their division is so bad. But you do need them to do you a solid. They need to knock the Chargers down as much as possible. And if you do beat the Raiders, those next 3 games just provides you a cushion, right? So it's not necessarily a must win. I think if they can beat the Raiders and the Chargers lose and the Jets lose, you have 3 weeks to make it happen. It's gonna end exactly how the NFL wants it to happen, like just complete chaos. People scrambling like crazy to find a position. That last 7th spot really is the only spot available.
And the interesting thing, that last week, Miami plays the Jets and you play Buffalo. So you got a tough, obviously, game with Buffalo. Those two are playing each other. The Chargers are at Denver. So I'm just saying, if it comes down to that final week.
No, this game to me is almost like the gateway into the playoffs. If you can beat them, I think you can navigate
it's the only path.
3 games. It's the only path. Because imagine if you lose that game, now you're back to 500. Now you really got to win 2 out of the 3.
You lose that game, you're down to 21% chance.
Or
you
get a lot of help, right? Or you're going to have to so all the other teams, if everyone keeps losing, then so what? It doesn't matter. If the Jets keep losing and the Chargers keep losing, hell, maybe the Dolphins make it interesting and they keep losing, right? So I feel like there's a 58% chance if they beat the Raiders is about as good a scenario as you can come up with.
How about this, Mego? Best case scenario, obviously you win. Mm-hmm. Miami loses, Jets lose, Tennessee lose. 73% chance if that happens. You win, those other 3 teams lose. You're tied with the Dolphins at 8-6. The other 2 teams are 7-7. Now you've swept, the Jets. So all of a sudden now you got a game lead, a game and a half lead, right? Because you beat them already head to head. Chargers have an easier schedule, but still, 72%. So you could walk out here 73% chance of winning if everything goes perfect for you. Because I do think the Jets and Miami lose. Chargers, I don't know.
See, I guess I'll just give away my prediction now. You think the Jets and the Chargers lose?
Yeah.
I think the Patriots lose.
Oh boy,
that's where I mean. I think the chaos. No, I got the drum. I think the chaos. I think I'm taking that with me too. I think see what I mean? All this stuff is coming with me.
Get ready for the drum, Gresh.
Get ready
the body
for it.
oil.
Yep. And the real sexy, slow, suggestive music, Gresh. Here I come, baby. I'm gonna make you love me. I'm gonna make you love me. I'm gonna make you love me.
Mego's getting weird.
I thought we were doing sports.
It's getting weird.
Oh yeah, it's the music.
It's getting weird.
No, right? So
Game's everything.
if the Jets lose and the Chargers lose and you lose, everyone's going to be back in the same position.
right? And that's what I think it's going to look like. I think that this team matches up really poorly against the Raiders. Like, even just thinking back to where they were in the preseason and seeing them out there, it was messy then, and I know that these are different teams at this point, but I'm with you, Christian. I don't think this is like an easy win. This isn't a layup by any means. It's not just Josh
Mego, you
McDaniels.
called this 2 weeks ago when you said they're going to beat Arizona, but I don't know what you called it.
Fool's gold.
Fool's gold.
That they were going to find fool's gold in Arizona, and I don't even know if they found that. They found
they got
something.
a W. They found a W. Speaking of like the Raiders, and you guys don't think this is a good matchup for them, but I'm so positive. I believe in the Patriots. I think they're going to win the Super Bowl because that's the new me. Dan Orlovsky, we had him on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. That will continue to be on the show at 3 o'clock, so he's an outstanding guest. You should listen to him. Talked about some of the things the Patriots are going to have to change if they think they can beat this Raiders team.
The biggest thing is this, and I can tell you guys this, on Wednesday, if they think that they are going to line up and play shotgun football and ask those two tackles to just play drop back pass protection versus those two freakazoids, and for the Raiders, specifically Max Crosby, they won't win the game.
Well, I got a better idea.
There you go. Christian had a great idea. What was your idea?
Let the tight end block him one-on-one.
One-on-one.
I got an idea. Hey, bootleg away from him, okay, and then allow him to set up and block alone.
You know what's a great play to counter two very aggressive defensive ends to slow them down?
Screens. Screens.
Am I wrong?
Who's got any ideas? Any ideas? These guys are psychopaths.
Yeah, guys, this is the game plan. They're like, when does the game plan come out? Like, Christian, like, when do the guys look at it?
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning. Red zones later on, whatever it is, right?
Red zone is Friday.
You said you always look at the game plan sometimes, Mego, and you'd be like, why am I not involved? Like, why? You got to be kidding me. They open it up Wednesday morning. And Mac Jones sees the first 15 scripted plays.
Yeah. How's everybody doing today?
And 5 of the first 7 are screens.
Yeah. He just
Screen
F-bombs everywhere.
Guys, we got to slow down Crosby and Chandler Jones.
Yeah.
We got to slow down the guys on the edge. And the best way, we got chip release. We'll go screen, fake a screen to the right, throw it back to the left. Then we'll fake one to the left and throw it back to the right. We might do a triple fake. Fake to the right, fake to the left, go back to the right.
But see, what you guys are missing is that the screen works because the defenders, the rushers, they think it's a pass.
He's two-gapping, and you're getting the beneficiary of getting the tackle, and then in 3-4, they're moving him outside. So,
thank you, guys.
I love Glenn.
We mock the screens because there was a ridiculous number in the last game. But Christian, what can they block?
That's
what
the thing.
Can they do?
That is the thing.
Like,
they can't.
We mock it, but there's no creativity from the play caller, and they're playing safe. And what can they do?
No, well, that's why, like, on Monday, even after a win, and we were all bitching about all the screens, I was like, I just don't know what they're even capable of doing. You almost say, listen, hey, you almost respect them for committing to running that many screens. That's the only thing that you can block. Like, that's it. It's just surface level, play calling 101. And then to the point that we talked about earlier, they weren't blitzing. So they ran 12 screens, and it was like an average of like 4-point-something yards per pass, and it wasn't even like really significant. It's just an extension of the run game, but I just don't know if they have any other recourse. If they can't block like a normal pass protection, Mego, I don't know what they're really going to call.
So this is right out of practice out of Las Vegas. Jacoby Myers and Ramondre Stevenson were both active in the media access portion of practice. Mm-hmm. Stevenson is, I don't know what Damian Harris's most updated availability for this game is, but I think you need Stevenson's back out there. Without Parker, do you feel like this game is that different with Jacoby Myers active?
As long as Jacoby Myers is active.
Do you feel like it makes that big of a difference? No, I'm saying, do you feel like Jacoby Myers is an enormous difference maker in how the offense is going to look?
I do.
Yes.
Really?
I do. Especially with no Parker. Because I feel like it has been like Myers then Parker as far as preference. You lose them both?
After watching the Cardinals game, I feel like, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like Parker is a bigger loss than Jacoby Myers.
Oh.
Going into this
that is
game.
A drum.
Can't keep it.
Because it's something different. You can take it with you. You can take it with you.
Mine.
I'll gift you that.
Let me give. Let's go to one call before we take a break. Let's go to Edwin in Revere. Go ahead, Edwin.
Hey, guys, Christian, Lou,
Mego. I just want to congratulate you for the great show for this year. And actually, my daughter, who listens with me on my way home every afternoon, asked me to call you and say thank you and wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Edwin.
Thank you,
Make sure you
Edwin.
pass that along to her, too. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun. It's funny. You hear from these people, and it's like, good God. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you don't even realize it. We just do our show. People talk about, like, how, like, you know, guys in the car with his kids and loved it when he called in. And so I just want you guys to know we appreciate you
Sorry
out there
for
listening
all
to
the
us.
stuff we said.
Yeah.
Like your kids in the car.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. Sometimes I do think about it. Like, let's say you're picking up your kids from school at like 2:30, 2:45, 3, depending on what kind of school they go to.
Yeah.
Every time I say something like the poop story when I was getting drug tested.
Yeah.
How did that play out with somebody's kid?
Or you pooping in your suitcase
Yeah.
and leaving it there
Yeah.
for weeks.
Yeah. Did anyone ever say to their parents, well, Fauria did it?
Yeah.
What's the big problem?